that's not as bad as being dead from an adverse response, reaction to what they put in your child. Crib disease, and on and on and on, and nobody is responsible. Oh, we made a mistake. So many people died. Well, that's just the way it is. Anyway, they discussed this, and I was reading another article in here. I was reading an article in this paper here, and I thought I wanted to comment on this. And I think this is still the attitude that pervades those people, those lawmakers and those planners that they're trying to figure out a way that they can enslave you and kill you as fast as they can. It says here in I think it's 1932, yes. And this is an article, and it's a pretty good article. I got it off the internet, and it's about the New World Order. It is written by D.L. Cuddy. He's a PhD, and he's given a chronological history here. And he begins in 1913. And on page 4 of this article, there are 17 pages in this article. This is what he stated. He said in 1932, he said, Plan for Peace by American Birth Control League, founder Margaret Sanger, I'm sure you've heard of her, 1921, is published. She calls for the coercive sterilization, mandatory segregation, and rehabilitative concentration camps for all dysgenic stocks, including blacks, Hispanics, American Indians, and Celtics. Now, I think to a certain extent that this attitude is still out there someplace. And I believe when they do studies like on race-specific diseases, as sickle cell anemia was, which we don't hear much of anymore, that I believe that these diseases are perpetrated on people. And I don't think that there's any disease, and it doesn't take very much sense to figure it out, or very much reasoning ability, that there is no disease, normal disease, that one human being can catch and another human being cannot catch. And so I think this race-specific disease story was they were infecting these people with something that caused them to have these sickle cell type diseases, and said, well, it's just a certain race of people, specifically black, that have it. Well, I think they got it through some other means. I know that there are mad doctors out there, just like there are mad scientists. And so people need to be on guard and should suspect everything that every time they say they're doing it for your health, you should suspect them. They don't care anything about your health. If so, they wouldn't be trying to take things off the market that have been proven that heal people, natural things that heal people of certain types of illnesses and bacteria and even cancer. And I used to give to Jerry Lewis. I don't know, I'm just talking, just bear with me a little bit, because sometimes I think it's some things that I want to say, and this is one of the times that I want to say it. Just like Jerry Lewis, people have been pouring money, multiple hundreds of millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of millions, a lot of money, into Jerry Lewis's campaign for muscular dystrophy. When people know what causes it, And these scams, they run on the American public over and over and over. I wouldn't give a penny to it. If they were really interested in the health of the American people, they would clean up the water. They would clean up the food. I mean, quit putting stuff in the water that make it unhealthy. Quit doing things to the food that make it unhealthy. Quit giving people drugs that's going to make them sick. Quit, and on and on and on. And so that's the kind of evilness that we face in the world today. And I just wanted to say that. And you do what you want to do. You can get hooked on their medication. And I know some elderly people that take medicine 3 times a day. They take 9 and 10 different types of medicine a day. How can a body not be toxic with all of that stuff going into their system? They never get well. They just become a dumping source for the pharmaceutical companies. And you can't tell them, well, that medication is not doing you any good. Why take it? Why don't they find out the problem and prescribe a cure? With all this scientific knowledge that they have, and they can't find a cure for diseases that people who are not doctors can tell you things, natural things, that will cure you of the majority of the ailments that people have today. But people have been so propagandized. Or if it's not a medicine, I don't trust it. And they'll die thinking that medicine is going to help them. They'll take radiation till they lose all their hair, they lose everything. If I'm going to die, let me die the normal way. And that's enough of that. Anyway, Revelation 13. The number is on your screen, 472-2255. 472-2255. Now, that wasn't a written speech. Just something that I had on my mind that I wanted to say. In Revelation 13, we were looking at the second beast of Revelation. And we had compared it to the first beast, which was a sea beast, and the second beast was an earth beast. We took you to the scriptures that said that this beast was right out of the pit of hell. And it said that this beast was going to control the whole world, governmentally, a one world government, a one world economic system, and a one world religion. Now, as a matter of fact, I read a couple of things in this New World Order that had to say, it says a lot. Let me give you this website just in case you want to go there and read this article. I think it's very good, and I don't endorse a lot of articles. But you'll find this website, www.k, like in Karen, and then house, house.org/articles with an S, ARTICLES, /1997/90. Okay. And it's written by D.L. Cuddy, Ph.D. And see if I can find it here. He had something to say about religion, yes. on page 3,